I'm able to combine punches.
I think he got stunned. Oh, big up.
Usually, you're getting 2 punches, everyone blocks 2 punches.
Beat up. Oh, heavy.
And then is when I go again, like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom.
Shots.
Stop.
Former wrestler Ilia Topuria has turned into a serial knockout killer in record time.
Under the legs.
Under the flamboyant nickname El Matador, he has dismantled the featherweight elite in style. And vows to conquer a new weight division next.
Ilia Topuria!
Today we witness the bullfighting spectacle from the UFC's premier headhunter.
Right now for Topuria! Oh! Massive knockdown for Topuria! And still, he does it again!
Although an ethnic Georgian, Ilia was born in Germany. At the age of 7, he returned to his ancestral homeland, where he trained in Greco-Roman wrestling, and moved to Spain at 15. Searching for a wrestling mat in a new country, he and his older brother ended up at a gym led by the Clement brothers, who were teaching jiu-jitsu as well as MMA. Drawn to the creative freedom of mixed martial arts, 18-year-old Ilia launched his pro career with an explosive blast double. From side control, the young El Matador worked his way to the back, flattened his opponent out, and forced the tap at the 60-second mark. Still quite raw in the striking department, Topuria understandably leaned into his wrestling. And once the ground game ensued, he didn't hesitate to show off his acquired submission skills. In a bout against another prospect for a vacant regional title, the Georgian Matador perfectly timed a level change. But having failed to lock in a choke or an armbar, he nearly left his head on the scaffold. So, returning to the feet, Ilia trusted his fists for the first time. But had to spend the rest of the round on his back. After the break, Topuria grounded his foe again. Imposed a grueling grappling pace. And cinched up a high elbow guillotine. With a string of wins in Spain, Ilia outgrew the local circuit, but to breach into the international scene, he had to solve his citizenship issues, which lasted the next year and a half. Luckily, all matters got resolved by April 2018, and at a 135-pound tournament in Finland, Topuria displayed much sharper punching mechanics.
Ruutia pojilla.
Oi.
Tavallaan se hyvän aseman on pitänyt. Siitä tuli niskan puolelle. Oho.
Already resembling the modern version of himself.
Käsi, minkä veti nyt tonne Mikan niskan puolelle. Oi.
Ei ole mikään heittopussi.
His 8-1 adversary sought to explore his ground options.
Sitä, että...
The Matador reversed the attempt.
Topuria pikkasen vipuliset tuo alasviennin ja Mika jäi tonne alle.
Flaunting new ink in the process.
Aika hyvin.
And once they returned to the feet, calmly started chaining strikes together.
Jäi kyllä Topuria.
Oi herra jestas.
Siinä osui polve.
En tiedä oliko se vaan minä, mutta alkaako Mika vähän hyytymään?
Mä luulen, että se hyytyminen.
Pää kestää.
Näköjään.
The last-ditch shot was easily stuffed by Topuria, who smoothly transitioned to a mounted guillotine.
Meneekö läpi? Onko hyvä?
Tätä on paljon puhuttu, että kenties on sellainen kaveri, että... Mut sieltä se vaan
Sieltä se löytyi.
Oli kyllä.
A couple of months later, the 21-year-old prospect received a rare opportunity to challenge for the vacant title in his debut for the prestigious European promotion Cage Warriors. Ilia failed to capitalize, missing the scale by 4 pounds. Still, he fully lived up to the hype inside the cage.
Topuria in the grave.
Immediately in on
Tossing around the helpless Brian Bouland,
Fighting out of Spain currently. Big pickup and a big
Topuria wouldn't let him escape.
bell. Oh, beautiful stuff here from Bouland. Doesn't quite get out though.
Oh, and he's to the back early.
And after wrapping him up with an anaconda choke from the back,
Guillotine set up for, Darce set up from here.
in the whirlwind of events, he forced Brian to count sheep before bedtime.
He's out. He's out.
It's over!
Wow.
Ilia Topuria
The promotion didn't appreciate the clockwise execution.
does want some. Oh my goodness!
So El Matador directed his talents to the Middle Eastern promotion Brave, joining their 145-pound featherweight roster. The aging Luis Gomez had no answer for the pressure of the new generation frontman.
Hanging jab. Oh, and he's catching him early. But Gomez throwing back. Just as we predicted.
Topuria nonchalantly secured mount and cranked up the meat grinder.
Not leave his arms hanging out like this. Just landing those crushing elbows to flatten out Gomez. Phil, our referee.
Out of mercy, he chose to go for a mounted triangle, prompting the veteran to calculate the diminishing area of the geometric figure.
Angle armbar combination. And it's all over!
On a streak of 7 finishes, all by submission, Ilia was seen exclusively as a suffocating grappler with a searing ground game. Thus, the rangy Steven Gonsalves pressed the
The
action,
movement of Stevie Gonzalez.
Nice head kick by Gonzalez!
but still lost his balance.
Takedown is there.
Topuria's go-to choke didn't quite fit the bill.
On for the ninja choke.
Looks to tighten up here for Miller.
I think
He's running with it.
What are you made of?
Gonzalez may be going out. Topuria lets it go.
Pushing him to recall his boxing lessons.
Looking to draw some more blood.
He needs to get his back off that cage.
Topuria's level change feints made Gonsalves lower his hands, priming him up for a massive overhand right.
Get his back off that cage.
The one that's going to drop people's jaws. The UFC acknowledged the 23-year-old wrestler with pop in his shot and signed him on just a week's notice. Facing Yusuf Zalal, who was 3-0 in the promotion, Topuria showcased noticeable progress with his hands.
In front of it, am I going to run right into something like that?
Danger, because Topuria's won his record yet in the UFC because he's been close a couple of times.
Well-timed slips
Very calm, collected. You wouldn't know it was
and constant feinting helped Ilia set up his offense.
Backed up against the fence. Oh! A big left hook. There's the knee. Trying to line him up for it.
Oh, lovely 1-2.
The Greco-Roman base also came in handy.
Jocelyn Patel.
After a 5-point throw via belly-to-belly suplex,
Statements.
the Matador improved his position for a seated kata gatame.
That was interesting, right? That he kind of gave up the back jump. He's still in this position now.
Snatches that arm.
Then transitioned to an anaconda.
He's doing a great job of staying in there. Now he's going to switch it. Now he's going to anaconda.
He's switching it.
But Zalal gritted it out.
The look on his face, he's hurting, but nice job from Yusuf.
Great job. So far.
This is just such an aggressive submission attack.
By round 3, the lack of full camp took its toll on the gas tank.
You see Topuria showing big signs of
Stung him with the jab,
But the debutante still cruised to a unanimous decision win.
but it offered a level change in favor of Zalal.
Oh, there's that flying switch knee, but it was caught by Topuria. And there it is.
No es que
I always knew I would fight in the UFC, and I always told people, my goal is not just to be there, I'm going to be the best, be the champion.
ser el campeón de la UFC.
A couple of months later, in a clash with former collegiate wrestler Damon Jackson, Topuria came out with a piston jab.
early. Right to the body. Topuria loves to go after that body.
Followed by multi-level combinations.
Ooh, that was a big difference. You saw that Topuria was able to counter on the angle. Very clean striking from Topuria early.
Come upstairs with those big hooks. And
Jackson tested the Matador's chin.
Great point, Dom, and change and get the fight to the ground.
And ducked into a counter uppercut. Sneaking in a nasty liver shot.
Jackson's nose now. I think the big difference.
Ilia started ripping left hooks to high and low.
Try to do these interviews on his own without a translator. Right.
While you got to know Topuria on Fight Island.
overwhelming the opponent's defense.
Just unloading on Damon Jackson right now with all combinations. Those body shots have now officially set up the headshot and it's all over.
The systematic body bombing
Rear uppercut rips to the body. What happens?
and the surgical finishing sequence
And this is the finisher. Bam!
Right.
confirmed Topuria's rapid development in the stand-up. I never think about points. For me, true victory is by stoppage. No 29-28. One shot, and it's sleepy time.
Te rendiste.
Seasoned foot fetishist Ryan Hall promised to ground the ascending star.
Off in advance of this one, but still keeping a more active schedule than normal.
The Ultimate Fighter winner. And a crafty submission ace known as the Wizard. He had a habit of dragging enemies into his web
Takes the back.
and collecting limbs in numbers. And nothing seemed to faze him, not even his own victories. With no sign of care, Hall tested the Matador's reactions
Still the betting favorite. That's how good.
and dove for the hill in a signature roll.
But they didn't do this kind of stuff like this. This is it. Oh, he's tagging him. Topuria's tagging him. Oh, he let go though. Lost position.
Desperately trying to drag Ilia into a jiu-jitsu swamp.
Grab him, right? Oh, he's got the arm. He's got the arm.
Staying composed, Topuria untied every knot.
Looks like he's almost like playing.
Right.
You know, I mean,
When he throws the
Patiently waiting for his opening.
when he punches,
oh, he hurt him. He hurt him there.
Hurt Ryan Hall, maybe not.
yeah, you gotta be careful. What if he's
The timing is so odd. Like, look at this. Like, he just falls down. Oh,
There it
nice.
is.
Nice hammer shot. Oh, big he hurt. Ryan, he might be out. He's out. He's out.
Timing one of his spins, Ilia didn't let Hall back up,
can't roll. Now he's stuck in his boom punch.
drowning him in a waterfall of strikes.
He hurt. Ryan, he might be out. He's out. He's out.
I always stay super patient because I know the end is coming. I don't chase the finish. My goal is to weaken the opponent mentally. Once he starts hesitating, it only gets worse from there. What's next? The knockout. In March 2022, Topuria moved up to 155 for the first time to duke it out with former Cage Warriors champ Jay Herbert.
Look at that nice short elbow. Oh, he's out. Stringing together the punches, throws in a kick. Tim's going. Look at this. Where are these elbows? Drops him.
He's ready to go.
Giving up 8 inches of reach, Ilia immediately felt the size difference.
Past those rangy kind of guys. But I do like that Jai also threw that game.
And he has the speed advantage.
He's got to be careful.
El Matador went bust in the striking gamble,
Fire shin on shin, drops Topuria.
but proved to be as tough as a Lego piece.
How tough is Topuria? And he is hunting for that takedown hard. Yeah.
Can't shoot on him, can't get a hold of the legs.
By mixing in feints and slips, Ilia crossed the void to unload a body head combo.
King blow. Jai Herbert was out cold before he hit the canvas.
One of the most electrifying comebacks of 2022, and his first performance of the night bonus.
Holding the legs.
Awful. It felt terrible. Getting kicked in the face never feels good, but I was fully conscious throughout the entire sequence and reacted extremely quickly. I've seen other fighters take the same kick and go out. To address defensive issues, Topuria put in serious work at the gym. Luckily, he didn't have to go far. The fighter fully converted his 4-story house into a training facility. During the camp for his next bout, Ilia didn't cut any corners either. El Matador 2.0 brought in countless sparring partners, though their numbers quickly began to dwindle. Topuria approaches recovery just as meticulously. He recharges in a hyperbaric chamber, cryosauna, uses infrared therapy, and even incorporates a specialized brain stimulation device. On top of that, he works with a physiotherapist who, according to Ilia himself, helped him double his reaction speed and widen his visual field, preventing him from eating shots from the flanks. Sticking to his diet, Ilia dropped back to featherweight and faced number 9 ranked contender Bryce Mitchell. The UFC's most prominent flat earther, who has red-pilled many globeheads, went 6-0 in the promotion and posed a genuine threat on the two-dimensional mat with a rich submission resume.
He's going hard for it.
Mitchell first gained traction by pulling off the second twister in UFC history.
Oh my God, he's got that! That's tight!
Before triggering an avalanche of hate with controversial history takes.
Because I honestly think that Hitler was a good guy based upon my own research.
Topuria flowed in the cage like a pure boxer.
What I love so much about this fight is generally, wow.
From a low stance, he caused big reactions with feints, easily stuffed takedowns.
As well.
Nice brawl there, yep.
Topuria's coming very close to those haymakers. Bryce with a high kick. Topuria stuffed that takedown.
And weaved his way to the inside to jab.
Topuria's striking is so clean, so powerful.
Then sting with a heavy cross down the pipe.
By Mitchell a moment ago.
Oh, stance. Because he expects the takedown.
Oh, beautiful. Topuria stalking him. Oh, right hand. And another.
The low base also allowed him to work the body.
Game plan, that's a mistake. Beautiful.
And use slick trunk movement to close distance.
Mitchell has to just stand with Ilia.
In round 2, Bryce caught a second wind.
Big right hand, winding up. He's got a short move.
But kept falling into the traps Ilia was setting on the fly.
Upon us, we check in with the coach, Dean Thomas, have to get moving forward. And now
he looks tired though, mouth wide open.
I think he got stung. Oh, big uppercut.
and knocks Mitchell down.
After feeding the Austrian painter enjoyer a crisp 3-piece,
Right hand, stunned him with the right hand.
Topuria smeared him across the canvas.
Physicality.
And forced the capitulation with an arm triangle.
Oh my goodness, look at this.
Oh, that's tight.
Whoa! Still undefeated. Ilia Topuria.
Outclassing a top 10 ranked guy in every department, Ilia broke into the title picture.
My goodness.
Ilia Topuria is the real deal.
In the summer of 2023, he headlined the UFC card alongside Josh Emmett, the Mr. One Punch Man of the MMA world.
Though at least statistically has been the more efficient striker. Down and out goes Lamas.
Emmett, man, right hand misses, boom, left hip, up.
And rightfully been labeled the scariest puncher at featherweight.
So far, yeah. Oh! That's it!
Ilia spent the last weeks of camp at Henry Hooft's gym. Sparred with Kamaru Usman. And received an ugly cut under his eye. Nevertheless, using the shoulder roll, so rarely utilized in MMA,
Very careful dipping his head though. Topuria has a nasty uppercut.
It's a big right hand from Topuria.
and his signature head movement,
Thus far.
Topuria kept his chin out of reach,
Swelling under that left eye of Josh Emmett. He's been slipping a few times tonight.
which allowed him to spear Emmett with right hands
Keep everything real tight. Lands a beautiful right hand, hurts Emmett again.
and maintained positive trade balance with an intimidating powerhouse.
Off as you try to circle. Slight step to the left. As Emmett tries to go right, slight step to the left.
Left hook.
Coach did not want Emmett to allow Topuria.
Complementing his boxing with chopping calf kicks,
Touches it.
That jab is nasty. Topuria doing that same thing with the hand.
Ilia had Emmett fully audited by round 2.
Right leg is beat up.
Heavy. Huge combination for the Spaniard.
After a slick pullback, El Matador unleashed his patented combo,
Always in combination. Also, he doesn't throw one at a time.
then continued to maneuver with blistering counters.
And that adds up to open up for the offense. Oh, you see that slide step? Beautiful back step right hand. Beautiful technique.
That was nasty.
To his credit, Josh never lost faith in his one-hitter quitter.
Oh!
But Topuria has always shared one sentiment. The bull is power, the Matador is the brain.
Topuria can slide in and slide out. In his face, nice hook. Good left hook from Emmett.
Yep.
So he only engaged in his own terms.
That's how he's moved his shoulders side to side. Right, an IFB.
IFB, yeah.
He's making it a very fun fight to watch. That jab. Look at he's staying in the pocket.
Oh my goodness.
Nasty hook.
Emmett was particularly troubled by one-off jabs and low kicks.
Earlier rounds, he's not forcing
Oh, in this fight.
Oh, huge times as well, right? Very measured, not forcing anything.
Yeah. Oh,
this is an out.
By the 19-minute mark, Ilia put the left hook into action.
Josh Emmett. And
look at that uppercut.
Oh, and a big right hand.
And when he couldn't get the finish on the ground,
Emmett in desperation mode now gives up the back.
Man, it's hard to
he dusted off a forgotten uppercut.
That uppercut was heavy.
And Emmett's still throwing back to the canvas now.
Still, neither 3 knockdowns nor the attempts to snatch the neck could break the gritty veteran.
Emmett survives.
Bite down on that goddamn mouthpiece and swing hard.
In round 5, Emmett even looked reinvigorated.
He can still knock you out. You have to give him the 5th round to let everything hang.
Forcing El Matador to stick him with lead hands on the move.
And he said, yeah, man. He goes, of course I want to fight.
Stay in the fight, taking patience.
A well-timed takedown followed by dynamic top control.
Film from Ilia Topuria.
Great scramble.
Served as the final note.
Double Granby.
But if he wins, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight out.
This thrilling one-sided performance by Topuria cemented his spot as a legitimate title contender.
Ilia Matador!
50-42 is a scorecard that we don't get generally in mixed martial arts.
I'm the next guy, without any doubt. And I want Alex to defend that belt and show to him and the whole world where his war's gonna end and mine's gonna start, so.
People often confuse my confidence for arrogance, but I've dedicated my whole life to this. All the things I sacrificed, all the work I put in. I assure you, people can't survive a week of living like me. They'd be dying to escape. By February 2024, Alexander Volkanovski had reigned over the featherweight kingdom for 5 straight years. Thorin Oakenshield's heir apparent demolished all past contenders for glory.
Pressure on Mendez. Rip into the body. Drops him.
And with 5 successful title defenses, it even held the #1 spot on the pound-for-pound rankings. Following an inconsiderate venture up a weight class, Volk redeemed himself back at 145 with a dominant win over Yair Rodriguez.
Seen our fighter meeting. Oh! Big look like Martinez. Trying to close the distance. That would do it. Ah!
Alex just got enough that.
Spanish television got extravagant to build anticipation.
Look like that.
Ilia began to draw reactions gliding in and out.
What strategy they devised.
Chopping down low
With that low kick. So that's why I'm very interested.
to disguise his primary weapon.
Oh! He's got to be careful as he backs out. Oh, big right hand from Topuria.
The ever-elusive Volkanovski was kicking off the back foot.
Right away. A lot of kicks. Another kick.
Switching stances seamlessly.
High-level experience. There is no comparison. No adjustments. There's another beautiful inside look. He's punishing it.
All while chatting with the challenger.
Last opponent for Topuria, Josh Emmett, didn't throw any kicks.
Never letting Topuria get comfortable in close quarters.
Good knees.
Round 1.
But Topuria had vowed to have the final say. And in round 2, he started shuffling his offensive deck.
He doesn't give you a chance to pattern back straight.
Oh, that's a good.
Slipping the jab with ease.
You see the early.
And throwing his man off with feints.
Jabbing and moving, chipping away with the low kicks.
El Matador repeatedly played his ace.
He's
trying to essentially beat.
Looking to deliver a ramrod cross.
That lead hand is fast.
In order to do that, Topuria willingly ate a couple jabs.
There's another jab.
Snapped it off beautifully there.
And went all in. Hitting the jackpot with a hustler combo.
Glance, miss.
Boom! Oh, out cold.
Ilia thoroughly outclassed the grizzled champion.
Ilia, you called this. You envisioned it. It came to fruition. How does this feel to you now?
I feel so happy right now. They're gonna tell you you can do it. But guess what? The only person you need to achieve anything in this, it's yourself. It was knowing always, like one day I will become a UFC world champion. It doesn't matter where you come from, if you know where you're going. It's much more important what's in front of you than what's behind you.
But tonight belongs to that man. Spain, Georgia, stand up. Ilia Topuria.
He landed some shots in the first round and got excited, but I told him, now it's my turn. I was 100% sure the moment was gonna come, and I always say, as soon as he decided to trade, he's going to sleep. Becoming not only the first Georgian, but also the first Spanish UFC champion, Ilia earned widespread recognition. Beyond regular TV appearances, he graced magazine covers, took a ceremonial kick at Real Madrid Stadium.
Topuria has enjoyed that moment very much.
Hit it off with Lionel Messi, landed a cameo in a Marvel series, and even performed his own walkout song alongside Antonio Banderas.
Ay, 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 mi amor, ay, mi morena de mi corazón.
A biopic titled El Matador, covering Ilia's life, saw many Real Madrid players and other celebrities show up for the premiere. Meanwhile, Topuria's social media following surged past 7 million. But the wave of fame hasn't changed the newly crowned champ. Ilia dedicates all his free time to his family. He and his wife raise a son and a daughter, whom he calls his greatest treasures in life. In combat sports, championship gold turns you into a walking target. And none loomed closer to the familiar belt than Max Holloway. The former champ has always been about action on the feet.
From Rio on the UFC 212 post-fight show. Oh!
Setting a host of unprecedented octagon records.
It is all over!
Holloway's durability deserves a special mention. After 29 fights and 1,379 significant strikes onto his chin, he had never been knocked out despite spending almost 7 full hours slugging it out. And in his most recent showing at the milestone UFC 300, the Hawaiian delivered one of the greatest knockouts in existence.
Big connection late! UFC 300! Oh my God!
Even with football's El Clasico roaring in the background, many Spanish fans chose MMA instead.
5 rounds of
right out of the gate, Topuria proposed a chin measuring contest, but as it got declined, Ilia shot for the hips.
Early shot from Topuria now.
Wow. Next, El Matador used his signature half squats to launch a bomb over the top.
Good connection by Holloway. Getting into his boxing range. Attacking that calf. We've seen Max get hit with some kicks before against Alexander.
Once Max started biting on feints,
leg kicks. One of Max's greatest weapons is his footwork.
Ilia would mix it up.
You really limit how he can move.
Cards in round 1. That was a solid calf kick there from Topuria.
And punished him on the counter.
Oh! Entanglement of the legs.
By round 2, Holloway had caught on to the Matador's patterns.
Heard from early round 2. Oh, it's a cracking right now from the...
Leaning out of the way after his own jab.
For Ilia.
And once again, that Holloway...
Max made Topuria whiff and clipped him with a 1-2.
Oh, it's a cracking right now from the challenger.
But Ilia's kill shot was inching closer to the Hawaiian's jawline.
Right now, these guys are evenly matched. Topuria, though. Remember, Topuria takes one.
Poking the gut with jabs.
The judges did not have...
He added a new layer with a left hook.
Oh, it's a big left hook.
Outpositioned Max in the pocket.
Some of these kicks. Oh, another big right hand.
And disguised the right hand missiles behind preemptive slips.
Oh, man. There it is.
200 strikes already.
Wow. That's crazy.
Just gives the judges so much to look at. Right?
He's like playing on... Oh, nice right hand by...
Holloway stayed busy too.
Nice.
Stealing the closing portion.
Beautiful spinning body kick right to... Outstanding through 10.
They traded leather to kick off round 3.
That weapon a great effect in his 3-fight series with Holloway.
Cut there from Topuria, and he goes right back to the calf.
Oh! Ilia swayed side to side constantly, then fired a torpedo.
Head movement there by the champ.
Oh! Visibly rocked, Holloway experienced Flügelgeheimen for the first time.
But he was hurt. That's the first.
But there's no corners in the bullfighting pit.
Massive knockdown for Topuria! And still!
This dude at 145.
My God, dude. Oh my goodness.
Holy.
By faking a threat from the flank and slapping the block down, Topuria fired point blank.
Slaps to set up this big right hand.
And sealed the deal with a hook.
To work, he noticed it. Oh, that left hook. Oh my God, that's where he puts him down.
Snatching his 5th bonus in a row, El Matador remained humble on the mic.
You said you would be the first person to knock Max Holloway out, and you did it. How does that feel?
To beat a legend like Max Holloway, it's something that I can't even believe it, you know. I just followed his entire career. He inspired me so much in my career, and I hope I'm gonna be a small portion of the example he has been for me, for the new generation. So all the credits to Max Holloway.
After defending his title, Ilia made it crystal clear he wanted a showdown with the champ 1 division up and the UFC's pound-for-pound king, Islam Makhachev. In early 2025, El Matador relinquished his featherweight belt and officially moved up to lightweight. But Makhachev, too, had been eyeing double champ status, making his own move to welterweight, and for now, their paths diverged. Up next, Topuria is set to challenge for the vacant lightweight gold. In an era where the UFC is seeing fewer global superstars, a fighter from a country just beginning to find its footing in MMA has already dismantled the best the sport had to offer. And is now aiming to pack an entire stadium in his adopted home of Madrid. Stop! Given how quickly Topuria evolved from a wrestler into one of the most sophisticated strikers, it's all in his hands to realize his daring ambitions.
Beat up. Heavy. I think he got stung. Big
Massive knockdown for Topuria!
If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and vote for sport.